Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I always ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that your intuition would have you pick, and we begin. I'll put the timestamps in the description box so that you can find them. And we'll start with your readings. For those of you who chose this white with the gold stone, thinking maybe citrine, we have some sparklies in there. We've got the King of Wands, we got the Two of Coins, and we've got the Eight of Swords. So this one is no major arcana, so probably not huge decision making today or anything like that, which is just fine. Don't want that every day. And we have the King of Wands is your energy, which is good energy. It's purposeful. It's getting things done. It's staying true to your main priorities is what it is. Keeping focus, having enough fire and enough enthusiasm and drive for it to get there. That's the King of Wands. The King of Wands is, he's also a sensual person. He can enjoy life. He can enjoy things that sort of feel like fire, feel like life to him. So that's wonderful energy to have. And then we have the Two of Coins. You may need it today then, because the Two of Coins is about balancing. It's about sometimes balancing work and home, balancing home and health, work and health, balancing different sources of security, being the nimble juggler. And things can be chaotic in the background, like you look at that water. And yet here you are juggling away, doing just fine. So that King of Wands energy, that means you're good at that. That means you've done that. You're good at that. But for some reason today with the Eight of Swords, you feel a little trapped in it. You're obviously competent, you're mature, you're doing a bang-up job, but you feel a little bit trapped in it today. So I'm just maybe a day where because of what you think, because of your beliefs, because of your plans, because of what you feel makes sense to you with all these swords, you may be doing that juggling, and you're just doing what makes sense, and you're making yourself do it. Even though today we don't see any cups here, do we now? It doesn't feel like it feeds you emotionally, but at least there's getting things done, and at least there's being capable and competent, and at least there's staying true to your purpose. So it looks like a day where you're gonna need to think about your emotional fulfillment for as soon as you can. You know what I mean? As soon as you do get an opportunity, there's something to be said for doing what needs to be done and feeling real purposeful and dependable with that. But then we also need to pay attention to doing what is comforting to us and what can make us feel better, maybe bring us some delight and some joy. So I think that today your day is pretty straightforward here, but I think you need to make room for some cups moments too, or at least plan for them in the near future. All right. For those of you who chose this, the pink stone right here, the pink and gray, very interesting. We've got, two major arcana, the Hanged Man, the Hermit, and the Two of Swords. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, this is telling a story, and it really is a story about needing to wait till you have all the information. You've got plan A, you've got plan B. They're well thought out plans. They're smart, all of that. But you're not ready to make a move because you need more information. And she is able to make a move after her blindfold comes down. But notice this. She is sort of in a meditative pose. There is perfect balance in how she is holding that plan A and plan B. And the water behind her is fairly calm. And then we have the Hermit here, who is sort of off on his own, listening to spirit. Look at him. He's looking down. He can't see a lot anyway. He just can see the path in front of him the next few steps. That's all he can see because he's walking at night. But he is being led by his spirituality. He's being led by what he feels is right. And he's getting sustenance, and he's getting calm, and reassurance from spirit. And this guy, he knows it's not time yet to act, but he's chosen to be meditative about the delay and simply connect with himself, be balanced. His balance is perfect as he's in this yoga pose. Balance is perfect here too. So really, I think Spirit is saying that there's all kinds of lovely, calming power that can come up in you to help you to just allow things to unfold in the time that they unfold. Trust you will be receiving information. Trust you have good planning and a good intellect to guide you when you know which way to go. And spend time with Spirit. Spend time with Spirit. Spirit's got messages for you that will be helpful to you. So these are actually lovely cards. They are. All right. For those of you who chose the Dalmation stone, we have the Death card. We have the Four of Wands and the Queen of Cups. How interesting. Now this Death card has some nice cards around it. So I'm kind of thinking that there's an end to something, but there's also some lovely calm and security and even maybe contentment. And this is a nice time in the home. That's what that is. That's sometimes a nice get together, a nice gathering, a nice atmosphere in the home. So whatever is ending, you're well able to handle it calmly and in a collected way. You have good self-control. It can be emotional because, you know, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, they both have a depth of emotion and a depth of emotional insight and empathy. You know, they've got that. So there can be emotion to it, but the lid is on the cup. You know, you're certainly in control of that. And this is a nice moment. So whatever ending this is, there is good coming out of it. And I don't feel like it's a permanent kind of end, because look at all this greenery here and like things springing up. There's so much life in the cards around it. So I don't know that it's a big end or a final end. It may just be that there's an end to something for now, and that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, this Queen of Cups is really telling me it's going to be okay. And you've certainly got the maturity to kind of, you know, pull yourself into that reality, keep yourself there, keep yourself centered. So, and this could be some really lovely moments. So I thank you. I like this reading. It's a good one. Okay. For those of you who chose this stone, it's sort of what it is. I think it's an agate. Yes, it is. It's got bands and it's got gold and it's lovely. Here we have the Chariot is the heart of your reading. And we've got the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Interesting, isn't it? Because we've got two different kinds of energy here. So we've got the Chariot pulling things forward suddenly. I don't know what that is. That just might be something something drops into your reality that you have to go with. You just have to go with it. You know, there's no resisting. You just have to go with it and trust that it's going to work out. It might feel a little out of control because we don't like things just dropping into our reality that we have to then deal with. You know, we don't love that. But you know what? It's okay, because the King of Cups is like, that's your maturity. That's the depth of understanding that you have. That's like the maturity that says, oh, this too shall pass. You know, when you've lived long enough, you've gone through enough things, you start to realize that when things change suddenly, it's not such a big deal. What would have been the end of the world when you were young is now like, oh, well, I've certainly, you know, maintained through more challenging things than this, you know? And so that King of Cups wisdom is good. And the self-knowledge and the self-understanding of what you need to do for yourself emotionally, really, you ride it out. You do just fine. The Knight of Swords. Now that could be you charging ahead with a plan, because, you know, with the Chariot, it can come in suddenly and you have to develop a plan quickly and off you go. So for some of you, it could be that. For others of you, it could be that there's some sort of speech coming at you, some sort of message or plan or something, communication coming at you that feels kind of aggressive or feels kind of in your face. It's okay. It's okay. You don't internalize that at all, because look at this. You're the King of Cups. You ride that out. That's not it doesn't bother you. It doesn't. So in other words, even if something is pulling you forward very quickly with an energy all its own, you're fine. You ride it out. You're well equipped to handle that. That's okay. And that positive push forward, a lot of times Spirit turns that energy, that pull, even if it's something we hadn't planned, it'll turn it into something that in the end benefits us. It just matures us more, especially if we're already in a place where we have a depth of understanding. So this is not, it's not bad at all. You ride it out. It's all right. See where the Chariot pulls us, I guess. That's what we can do. All right. Well, thank you all so very much. Hope to talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.